Many people today still do not know what this amendment is all about. But that is intentional. The government and the other side, the yes side, do not want you to know what the amendment is about, because if you did know, you would be so outraged at what the government is trying to do. Basically, we're being told this is about protecting vulnerable children. It is not. That is a deliberate attempt to deceive you, to mislead you about what the real issue is. It's a cynical exploitation of vulnerable children to push an entirely different agenda. The real agenda behind this amendment is to destroy the rights of all parents to protect their children. I say that again. The real agenda is to destroy the rights of all parents to protect their children. Look at the first part of this amendment. It says that the state will protect and vindicate the rights of all children. Basically, parents are being pushed aside. There is no mention at all about the state assisting parents to protect their children. It is the state muscling in and doing that job itself. Parents are simply regarded as irrelevant and as of no significance. Secondly, we're told that the state will protect the rights of children. We are not told what those rights are. The state is going to give a cartload of new rights to teenagers, but it is not telling you what those rights are, because if it did tell you, there is no way whatsoever that you would allow such a thing to happen. If we look at the UN Convention on the Rights of the Child, we see that one of those rights is the right to privacy. That your 15-year-old, for example, will be able perhaps to prevent you from looking at his or her texts on their mobile phone, will be able to prevent you from finding out what they are viewing on the internet. These rights that are being given to the child can be used against you, the parent. We are very conscious at the moment of the whole thing of cyberbullying, and yet this is leaving children more open to such bullying. So this is really about destroying your rights to protect your child. If we go down now to the third part of the amendment, and we see that it says, in the second part it speaks about giving children for adoption if parents have failed, whatever that means. It's forcible adoption. But when we come to the third part, we're talking about children, all children being liable to be given for adoption, that the law will provide for the adoption of every child or any child. And so that means basically that parents now have a choice whether they will parent their child or will give their child for adoption. This means that parenting a child is no longer a natural duty. It is no longer a God-given duty. It is simply an option. And if it is not a God-given duty or a natural duty, then you have no natural right to protect your child. That means that your rights to protect your child have basically been abolished. Your natural, God-given rights have been abolished by this amendment. In place of that, if you do opt to mind your child, what will happen is the state will give you whatever rights it thinks you need to protect your child. And because of that, these will be state-given rights rather than natural rights. And whatever the state gives, it can take away again, or it can reduce. So basically your rights are being transferred to the state, which will allow you to use your rights as it thinks fit. This is absolute madness. Never in history have a people given the state willingly so much power over their children. Never before has any people surrendered their rights to protect their children in the way that parents are being asked to do today. And I would just say to young people, in a couple of years' time, you will hope to be a parent. You will hope to have children of your own. Are you going to see your rights to protect your children being destroyed at this point? This is crazy. You have to go out and vote no. Bury this amendment so deeply that it won't even reappear on the day of the resurrection. Please go out for the sake of your children and vote no.